Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate is the first at Gulf level and 40th worldwide on the indicator of Child Right of the Year. The Sultanate announces the completion of Empty Quarter road project, which links it with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And after deciding to leave, the European Union says the bloc is ready for quick talks on Britain's exit. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, on anniversary of assuming rule of the State of Qatar. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Filipe Nyusi of Mozambique on his country's independence anniversary. His Majesty also sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Borut Pahor of Slovenia on his country's independence anniversary. And His Majesty Sultan Qaboos also sent a cable of greetings to Her Excellency President Kolinda Kitarovic of Croatia on her country's National Day. The Sultanate is the first at Gulf level and 40th worldwide on the indicator of Child Rights of the Year 2016, which was issued lately by Child Rights Organization in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. The indicator classifies all United Nations member countries which approved Child Rights Convention in 1989. These countries reached 163, among which 17 are Arab countries. The report of the organization is based on indicators related to life and health, education, protection, and suitable environment for child rights. The Empty Quarter road project, which links the Sultanate with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, topped the discussions of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Futaisi, Minister of Transport and Communications, with His Excellency Sulaiman bin Abdullah Al Hamdan, Minister of Transport in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This came on the sidelines of the GCC Transport Ministers meeting held in Riyadh. The Sultanate announced the completion of Empty Quarter road project, while Saudi Arabia said that the project is about 97% complete, as it is still working with the bodies concerned to open the road as soon as possible. This vital project will contribute in opening economic, social and cultural horizons between both countries, as well as facilitating commercial exchange. During the meeting, points of views were exchanged on aspects of cooperation between the two countries in the field of transport, in addition to exchange expertise, as well as to enhance commercial exchange through various land transport channels. A ceremony was held today for receiving the new ship Khasab of Royal Navy Oman, RNO. The vessel is the last of 4 ships received by RNO as part of Horizon project, which was implemented in cooperation with the Singaporean STM company. The ship will start its new work in RNO as from today, after undergoing trial and testing phases carried out in Singapore. The handing over documents of the ship was signed on behalf of the Sultanate's government by His Excellency Sheikh Zakaria bin Hamad bin Hilal Al Saadi, Consul General of the Sultanate in Singapore, in the presence of supervision team of the project and the ship's crew. Britain voted to leave the European Union, forcing the resignation of Prime Minister David Cameron and dealing the biggest blow to the European project of greater unity since World War II. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said today that Germany has a special interest and a special responsibility in European unity succeeding. She said she has invited EU President Donald Tusk, French President François Hollande, and Italian Premier Matteo Renzi to a meeting in Berlin on Monday ahead of a previously scheduled EU summit.
It is a historic moment, but for sure not a moment for hysterical reactions. I want to reassure everyone that we are prepared also for this negative scenario. As you know, the EU is not only a fair-weather project. Over the past 2 days, I have spoken to all the EU leaders, I mean prime ministers and presidents, as well as heads of the EU institutions, about the possibility of a Brexit. Today, on behalf of the 27 leaders, I can say that we are determined to keep our unity as 27. For all of us, the Union is the framework for our common future. I would also like to reassure you that there will be no legal vacuum. Until the United Kingdom formally leaves the European Union, EU law will continue to apply to and within the UK. And by this I mean rights as well as obligations. All the procedures for the withdrawal of the UK from the EU are clear and set out in the treaties. In order to discuss the details of further proceedings, I have offered the leaders an informal meeting of the 27 in the margins of the European Council summit. And I will also propose to the leaders that we start a wider reflection on the future of our Union. Finally, it's true that the past years have been the most difficult ones in the history of our Union.
British Prime Minister David Cameron said he would resign as Prime Minister by October after Britons ignored his plea to stay in the European Union and voted in a referendum to leave. Cameron, who is 49, Britain's Prime Minister for 6 years, gave no detailed timetable for his departure.
A negotiation with the European Union will need to begin under a new Prime Minister. And I think it's right that this new Prime Minister takes the decision about when to trigger Article 50 and start the formal and legal process of leaving the EU. I will attend the European Council next week to explain the decision the British people have taken and my own decision. Although leaving Europe was not the path I recommended, I am the first to praise our incredible strengths. I've said before that Britain can survive outside the European Union, and indeed that we could find a way. Now the decision has been made to leave, we need to find the best way. And I will do everything I can to help. I love this country, and I feel honoured to have served it. And I will do everything I can in future to help this great country succeed. Thank you very much.
Still in UK, Britain has voted to leave the EU. It joined more than 40 years ago by 52% to 48%, sparking markets turmoil and the resignation of Prime Minister David Cameron, who had backed the failed Remain campaign. In reaction to chaotic trade, the Bank of England announced it was ready to pump 250 billion British pounds to aid the smooth running of markets, declaring it will take all necessary steps to ensure financial and monetary stability. The decision sent the pound crashing to its lowest level in more than 3 decades. Meanwhile, global central banks rushed today to deal with financial markets fallout from Britain's shock referendum decision. The European Central Bank said it was on standby to open the liquidity floodgates if needed. The referendum outcome also sent oil prices tumbling more than $2.5 per barrel on fears that economic fallout could weigh on future energy demand. However, the price of gold surged to a 2-year peak as investors sought shelter from economic turmoil. The central bank governors of the G7 nations, which includes the United States, Canada and Japan, as well as Britain, France, Germany and Italy, said in a joint statement stand ready to provide needed liquidity to markets. An emotional Cameron who led the Remain campaign to defeat losing the gamble he took when he called the referendum 3 years ago, said he would leave office by October. Still to come in our news bulletin. Sultan Qaboos Mosque and other mosques in the Governorate of Buraimi organized summer centers for Holy Quran memorization for school students.
صوغاتنا سيارات، صوغاتنا هدايا وجوائز نقدية وعينية.
مخيلني أقول لك أعطي واحد 300 واحد السيارة، هذه جوائزنا.
والإجابة صح. صوغاتنا أسئلة ومعلومات، كل هذا وغيره في صوغات طوال شهر رمضان المبارك عبر شاشة تلفزيون سلطنة عمان.
أرسل كلمة صوغات على عمان تل 91191. أريد 91818.
برنامج المسابقات صوغات في الأوقات التالية.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized the second Ramadan evening in the Governorate of Musandam. It hosted the Executive Office of Musandam Strategy 2040. It focused on a number of topics related to enhancing the role of various economic sectors as well as supporting local and foreign investments, in addition to shedding light on tourism, fisheries, agriculture and commerce sectors. It also aimed to highlight the importance of strategic planning and the role of the private sector in strengthening the national economy, as well as to contribute in achieving the goals of the Musandam Strategy 2040 and to provide the community with various services. The government has provided an optional insurance system for small and medium-sized enterprises for Omanis working for their own, inside and outside the Sultanate. This move was well received by beneficiaries, as statistics showed that the number of Omani insureds who work for their own and the like reached 8,860 males and females. The existence of social insurance in umbrella encouraged many Omani youths to establish small and medium enterprises. The system will provide the subscriber a pension and other benefits after retirement. Summer centers for Holy Quran memorization in the Governorate of Buraimi are the main destination for school students during summer holidays. One of these centers is being organized in Sultan Qaboos Mosque in Buraimi. It aims to teach students Holy Quran sciences and how they recite it in the best way. Other mosques in the Governorate are also full of religious activities, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. Now here are the Ramadan times for tomorrow. Fajr prayers will be at 3:54 a.m. Maghrib will be 2 minutes after 7 p.m. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the governorates of Dhufar and Wusta and South Sharqiyya, with chances of various intensity rains. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with clouds and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be southwesterly moderate to active over the coastal areas of Dhofar, coastal areas of Sea of Oman with variable directions, while it will be southeasterly light to moderate over the rest of the Sultanate. Seas will be rough along the coasts of the Arabian Sea with a maximum wave height of 4 meters and slight to moderate along the rest of the coasts with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate is the first at Gulf level and 40th worldwide on the indicator of Child Right of the Year. The Sultanate announces the completion of Empty Quarter Road project, which links it with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And after deciding to leave, the European Union says the bloc is ready for quick talks on Britain's exit. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.